when I had hand, foot, and mouth all over my body, right? And even on my penis, right? And then they saw it when they went through my phones here. Instead of trying to find out what was the problem, like skin cancer, melanoma, and hand, foot, and mouth and stuff, right? They said, "You dirty bastard, you've got syphilis," right? And so they took video, intimate video of my girlfriend and I, my ex, and then they shared it around like with other people in Caloundra and the cops and all that type of stuff. And then when the cops raided me, they took my phones, and then they've had these phones and they've been trying to compel me to do stuff because they're like, "We've got these telephones here, Sergeant Grant and Sergeant Grime and the magistrate. We've got this telephone here with a sexy video of you from like 7 years ago, and you've got a fucking mark on your penis, mate." It's like, don't you think we could have had this conversation before you went and said, "I've got this big bit of evidence. I've got some evidence on a big bit," right? They didn't say that, right? So what I have been experiencing is the institutions in this town. So now you can see, the Department of Justice, New South Wales, has hit me up that they could be a potential employer to send them my email and stuff, okay, which is cool. But here locally, right, what they've been doing is they've been using their system as a drone to hit people to try it. So it's the same as what they got in trouble for before doing this robo-debt thing, but they're using it as a drone to hit me. And it's because I decided that I related more to like Andrew Wallace and to Ted O'Brien when it came to voting, as opposed to my traditional people. But this is a thing that you have to understand when all these guys are talking about Democrats and I'm a real Democrat, you're a fake one. That's a truth. That's a God honest truth, right? I'm not a Republican. Even the Republicans will say, "Man, that he's cool, but like he's so fucking lefty in some ways that we can't deal with him, like the way that he looks and shit, you know, sometimes he just looks way too left." Okay, but so I'm actually a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. All of my friends are Democrats. So, but I'm an Australian, so I can't be a Democrat or a Republican because I'm an Australian. So, half British too, right? So I'm half British, and they keep on doing this. They just don't care, man. They don't care. So what they're trying to do is a high profile, like this Nigel motherfucker, right? He thinks, and these guys here, they think they weren't born in Caloundra, but they've got this thing going on here in Caloundra, and they're part of this Caloundra thing, and they're all like the Volkstrom trying to prevent me from staying here in Caloundra, and they're attacking me like I'm a Nazi, like I've done something wrong, like I am a danger, like I have STDs when I am not an ST. I do not have STIs. I'm a sperm donor for the state of Queensland, and the thing is the problem that they have here is when the doctor dropped in the thing about the fake blood test result from me, because I didn't actually get a blood test with him at that time. When he dropped that in there, around the same time, I was getting multi urine and blood tests. So to become a sperm donor, I had to go to QML and piss in a bottle and get blood taken out all the fucking time. Probably every 2 months or something like that, or every month or something. After they do all the tests and everything. And then afterwards, if they've matched you with somebody, and they've matched you with a donor, with a parent, right? Okay. They will do additional tests to work out whether or not that person or not, and you are a match. Okay. So this is all personal information that shouldn't be spilt everywhere. And even like the National Work Services Ombudsman sent me back this thing. It's like, man, this is fucking, what's going on here? This is like confidential. I know it should be confidential. All of so the Terry Landsberg here and Jason Hunt and the people here and Kendall Morton and Kos Samaras, right? Samaras. They decided to get me out of this community by any means possible. So they've people have got their throat slit because of it. There's been a whole bunch of break-ins that the police haven't responded to. There's been a subculture of crime that has been created of retaliation, a group that will retaliate for these people that work at these government offices. These people that work at these government offices, they're attached to a lot of dark shit. Have the security guard from Centrelink tail me around and shit. And Nigel and stuff. So these guys, this is how they run things, right? The cops must be letting other cops get away with doing the shit that they're doing. So you can see in this city, they fuck everything up for me, right? And then I send the email out to everybody, the US and everything. And then instead of saying, sorry, boom, we're not going to fuck with you anymore, they go, fuck you. We're going to throw you on the street. Fuck you. We're going to drive you into Cambodia. We're going to drive you to Vietnam. Fuck you. You're not welcome here. And it's like, bro, how many of you dudes were born in Caloundra? Can you fucking tell me? If Lucy Morrison or fucking Leah Morrison or someone like that tells me, fuck you, you're not from here, I can say, who gives a shit what you think? Just because you're rich, you think you can fucking say shit to me? I don't give a fuck. I'm equally as from here as you fucking are. Same with Hansel and shit. They're from here too. You're rich. I'm not. But I'm fucking more famous than you, so fuck. So, Karen Walters is in the background, right? And all these people. And the governor is trying to change our state color to blue, which is crazy because our opposing state's color is blue. And the only reason why he's making it blue is because now it's currently a state that has his political color in power or something like that. So it's just like rebranding for no reason. And so you can see they're like, if you don't consent for us to take all of your shit, we're going to financially like ruin you again. And you have to come up to the people that started this problem that you made a complaint against a year ago. So I stopped complying because the motherfuckers up at Centrelink were smoking outside and acting like gangsters and fucking threatening me and shit. So I said, fuck you. I just went to work and said, fuck them, I'll stay away. I'll just work and stay away from these pieces of shit. I don't want to fucking be here anyway. The only reason I couldn't work for a year is because I was a fucking COVID marshal. So the problem that you have is you've got fabricated evidence, dude. Right? And people say, oh, he doesn't get it. Look, okay, I'll explain my podcast to you. My podcast is like Michael Rappaport. So I'll broadcast. Maybe there'll only be a few people watching. But within a couple of hours, I have like 50 or something like that, or 60. Then it'll go up to a couple hundred or something like that, and then it'll just keep on climbing over time. That's how I do it. So if you see Michael, like Michael Rappaport will have like a lot of views and only like a few likes and shit. I don't get many likes at all. And yeah, and then I don't really go for views. I just go because I see this as a communication, as a way of communicating to everybody, my message as it is, And so what happened with Julian Assange? They've been doing the same thing here with me in Caloundra. Is it some type of revenge to Julian Assange, or is it them here in Caloundra trying to show you that they can be big, tough, beefed up like security dudes, like what happened to Julian over when he was in the Ecuadorian embassy? Because this is the psychopathy that's going on with these people. They're getting together, getting drunk, working out how to fuck children's lives up, how to break up families, right? How to separate families. Who broke my family up? Family men. White family men that didn't like the fact that I have a multicultural family. Deegan doesn't like the fact that Michael Henshaw and I do mortuary affairs, and that Deegan one time was sent on some stupid fucking thing when there was an earthquake in New Zealand, and he got a medal for it. So now he's the mortuary affairs expert. So he's gonna fucking sink the whole of this motherfucking town. So as I said, these guys here, I told you that they were involved in motorcycle gangs and shit, and they've been saying paranoid. They got me out of the venue when I was securing it, and then people from the motorcycle gangs robbed the fucking venue, and I just found out about it. Why? Because the Murray Rugby League fucking community out all around. Aboriginal rugby league, boxers and shit, man. Everybody talks, dude. They talk to me. So I released a new song yesterday, right? And then I was walking up the road, and then all of the some Tuvaluan dudes were there, and they saw me and they know me. No, I don't know how they know me. They're like, oh, like about 10 dudes up there. No shit. Out the front of the gym. And they were like yelling out stuff to me in Tuvaluan and shit. And I was hitting my chest and everything. And they like, oh, bro, fuck yeah. Oh, like screaming and everything. I think I know him from, I met one of the homies in Nambour, but, and know them, a couple of other dudes from Maroochydore, but those dudes were just like upping me. And that's cool, man. So it's like so many people here have been in a situation where they've had to go and they've had to fucking put their cap in their hand and deal with the fucking shit in this country, man. Nobody ever wants to be in that situation. I've been put in that situation after being like I was never in a good financial situation, but I was in a pretty good situation from a fame perspective. And like I was living on the edge of the fucking blade, but nobody likes to get put through it. Nobody likes to go through it. And when you know that the people that work for the government, it's their job from an ethics perspective not to put people through things and not to make example of people with the system and not to weaponize the system as a means to try to get, like, okay, so you can see you've been trying to use the system to give me complex PTSD. However, I have an acumen for this stress and stuff, right? So it didn't work. So now you're trying to repeat the process again. And it's about power and it's about control. It's got nothing to, and so what they're trying to get me to do is write the employment agencies, right? They've went through a process where they've eroded my rights as a citizen. When did that happen? Okay. What happened is the authorities here in Caloundra were using coercion against me, and then they found out that coercion was made illegal. So what they've done is they've had to use these guys as their drones, these gangsters and stuff, right? They've had to use them as their drones to hit me. Okay. So they're trying to get me out of here. So they know there's 14 years prison sentence for getting caught for coercing somebody now. So they've been playing this game where they're like, we're going to get him, but we don't care. We'll just be really smart about how we coerce him. And then boom, I just keep catching them red-handed, threatening my life, my livelihood, like whether or not you live in the park, whether or not I have a career and stuff like that, guys, right? So, you know, what they're trying to do is have me broadcasting in the park, right? Homeless and stuff like that. Like, so Paulie Shaw, you see this motherfucking Nigel, right, at this Centrelink here, which is like the Department of Main Roads and shit, right? And kind of the social welfare place, right? This fucking place up on the hill. I was born on Canberra Terrace, right? So this place is on Canberra Terrace. My birth address is like 27 Canberra Terrace, which is about 100 meters on the opposite side of the road from this place. So for some reason, they see that I was born on Canberra Terrace as an invitation for them to attack me and to be able to take the Caloundra boy out of the fucking game. So we don't like getting treated like shit in this country, right? There's Vanuatu and Tuvalu and all different types of islanders that I get along well with, man, from back in the day even to now. And people say, why do you get along well with the islanders, man? Because the islanders generally, they won't fight me because they're afraid of me because I'm the size of an islander and I fight like an islander because I grew up around all the islanders. And I'm cool like an islander, like them. I get along well with everybody like an islander because I grew up in Redcliffe playing basketball with the Islanders as a center at the Redcliffe basketball nets. All of my friends, man, their parents were in bad financial situation or something for one reason or another. Most of them not. Most of the people that I went to school with weren't in a great financial situation, right? So that means that maybe they've gotten better and their kids are in a little bit better of a situation, right? But what they wouldn't want and what they wouldn't expect is a Queensland government trying to knock them and their family off the perch. Queensland government keeping two sets of records, one set of records which are accurate about you and another set of records which are fabricated, and then them keep on going to the fabricated ones, and then you going, Brisbane has records that show, and you, so it's like they knew that their intention is to spill as much information as possible, right? So that's what they've been doing to me, and then trying to say that I've been doxing them, but it's not the case. I've been trying to get the fucking federal authorities to take notice of the fact that these dudes are running Caloundra like they're the fucking KKK. So they're trying to coerce you to sign. I've had my hand broken in Vietnam and told to sign something. I'm not going to fucking do it. Fuck you. Everybody in this state understands what I'm talking about, man. So if you're not in a great financial situation, you understand what I'm talking about. If you weren't in a great financial situation because of malicious prosecution, right? And then like you end up with nothing because of malicious prosecution. And then you go to work and you're talking about a war between Cambodia and Thailand on the bus. And then you show up at work and there's New Zealanders there at your work who think that you're at the work, New Zealand police, who think you're at work to spy on them. And then they hit you with all this shit and try to throw you out on the street, try to throw you in jail, tell everybody you have syphilis when they haven't spoken to you in fucking 5 years since you became a sperm donor. So they've got phones that this is it. The police and Nigel at Centrelink have phones with a pic with my dick and with when I still had hand, foot, and mouth. Okay. And then they're saying they're going to show it. So show everybody my dick. They'll see that I got a big dick, but they'll see that I had like hand, foot, and mouth. I had a problem at one time because my whole body had it. And I have to talk about it because Nigel from fucking Centrelink Caloundra and motherfuck from Centrelink Caloundra and motherfuck from Caloundra Police Station, they don't have any comprehension of other people's rights because they're dysregulated. They're used to stomping on people's fucking necks, stomping on people's fucking heads, throwing homeless people into the back of the fucking paddy wagon and laughing when people's kids dying when they're fucking thrown on the street. Good morning. This is Caloundra.